Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. It is episode 29 on the Court Farms Contractor and Farm Build series. And yeah, we've progressed quite a bit of time. We're in August day 2 and a lot's gone on. I actually feel like I'm proper excited for this episode to show you what I've been doing. Because I don't know if you can remember from the last episode, I mentioned about wanting to build a road, other things as well. And I've been busy. I have been busy and everything's turned out pretty cool. So we're going to go and have a look at that shortly. Just want to give you a bit of an update as well with money, because you can see the money's shot down now. There's a couple of reasons for that, but one of the reasons is because I repaired most of the equipment and give it all a wash off. I also put some more fuel in the fuel tank over here, refilled things because we were getting low. And I noticed as well after the video, I didn't realise in the last video this at all, that the harvester, its damage was about halfway, so I'm hoping that didn't have any negative effect on the yield we got, but not sure on that. I did see a few comments, but I don't know if it will mean that I will have got less yield because of that, but I guess time will tell. We'll try and figure that out for future harvests, but at least now it's fully, repaired and the damage rating's back down to 0. Right, so one purchase I made. Now I got this on the cheap in the second-hand market, and I just thought muck spreader, something that we're going to start producing now. Muck is, so why not get a muck spreader? Now this is perfect because I can actually put lime in this as well. It holds 8,000. The only negative to putting lime into getting a, another lime spreader of sorts is it can only do about, I think it might be about 8 meters, 8 meter width on the spray at the back. Let's just check that because that's gonna, I want to get that right, but it will do 6.5, so yeah, not even 8 meters, but it holds 8,000, I'm sure of it. Where is it? 12,500, I got an increase, so that's not, it's even better. So yeah, it holds 12,500, so it's obviously going to do well when we do lime, but at the same time, yeah, not as good kind of width-wise, so we'll take longer in the field, but that's not too much of a problem. But it means that we've now got a muck spreader, which is good. So because of that, I decided to put this in as well. So I put in just a small area that the muck will start spawning in. As you can see, it's doing that from the cows, so that's good news, especially now that we've got all that straw from the last episode and all the harvest we did. So let's go for a bit of a drive, because obviously a bit of time's progressed and we've been making quite a bit of wool. We've been making some eggs. They're all just stored up. Put quite a lot of the wool into the productions, but I bought a shed. Now I bought this for storing bales. So I've placed this down here. I brought all the remaining straw bales from the field and plonked them in that as well, so that's pretty cool. So you can probably now realise why the money's gone down so much. And productions wise, again, when nothing's spawned out, but it's just kind of nicely ticking along. I do wish that this Taylor production spinnery is, so not the Taylor, the spinnery, I wish it was a bit more productive, if that makes sense. I feel like the cycles is, it doesn't really do too many. We can only do 1,140 a month. That's like hardly anything. I don't think it would take a month to produce that much kind of fabric from wool. I don't know, but it obviously slows the whole process down. We have got 3,700 though, but we're producing quite a lot of wool. We're up to 10,000 in there. This is going to stack up quicker than this is going to produce out. So it would be nice to get that kind of sorted out. I would even pay more money if it was faster. It's not about the cost, the production cost. I don't mind paying the extra if it means that we actually can, increase the amount that we're producing. So I might have a look at that, see if I can actually up the cycles, because I just think we should be probably about, 10,000, to be honest, a month. I think you should be able to produce 10,000 kind of like units or litres of fabric, personally, just because it is a production and, they are quite productive at the end of the day. So we'll have a look at that. This is the most exciting part. I did say in the last episode I wanted a road, a new bypass on Court Farms. So got with the council, and the council worked their butt off, and they did. Well, I'm very happy with what's turned out. So as you can see, we've got a new dry stone wall over here. This was all done in GE by myself, so it's kind of a custom private edit to the map. All the drivers all been set up on this as well. So now we can go down this route, and you can see that I've extended along, and we've now got a single track road that goes up there to carry it on. But now we've got this road here that I've placed in with G. Now, I tried to make it the best I can. I'm not obviously a pro or anything, never made a map before. I used Bullet Bill's prefab roads that you can find on Mod Hub. Also, he's got some signs as well, so road signs like speed limits and everything like that. So I added a few of them in. And obviously, the fields have been changed. So this layout, I had to buy the fields just to kind of sort it all out. So I've sold the fields now, so we need to make sure we don't do any contracts in them fields, or else this, what we're driving on now, will just turn into crop, because that's the way it works. The contracts have been set up as for them fields as that boundary. So we've obviously kind of changed the map, so I technically should change them contracts, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make sure I don't do the contracts or choose these contracts. But as you can see, I'm pretty happy with this. This road now will help us a lot get into our field. It's a big, you know, yeah, it's a big shortcut, really. And I've tried to make it windy and a bit more natural with a few bumps in. And then I've now got this T-junction here, so I can just turn left up this way. And then that'll lead me, just turning right, just branch off right there, that will lead me out to the field. So I'm really happy with this. Like, I feel like this was a proper pat on the back moment kind of to myself, and an achievement to learn how to put them into the map using G. So yeah, what a cracking road to have now, going from the farm to our hopefully and potentially massive field when we start buying even more, because that's the aim of this series. We're going to have a massive field at the end and do a lot of harvesting. But I think, yeah, it's a nice little road, and it just kind of fits really well with that bridge bit, because this was just a field. There was a dirt track that kind of was all bendy. You can see that it went up that way, down this way. So if you look at the actual map, you can actually get a bit of an idea of what it was like originally. It was just a dirt track. It went up this way, across that way, down there, and a bit like that. So what I've done is, in fact, if I bring up auto drive, go into editing mode, there is a few that need sorting out, as you can imagine. So you can see now from the auto drive kind of editing mode, the green line is the new road. So instead of it going all the way up this way and coming back down itself, it just turns right, goes across, and then we've got this kind of T-junction. So nice little cut-off point, and you can see now from going down this way up there, or even going through my kind of production area, I can get over to this side of the map quite easily and then out to my crop fields. I really like this. Like, I'm proper chuffed, and I know that might sound a bit crazy, but it took a long time, a fair few hours of me chipping away and trying to tidy this up to make it look like it should belong, because that's the problem. You want this map is amazing. You know, I've got to do Oxy some credit. I think I can't just make a bodge job of it. I am making a series on his map, making some custom edits to it, which I know Oxy doesn't mind at all. We spoke about it previously in the past. He's quite happy with me doing stuff like that. But I respect Oxy massively, and I want to kind of do him some justice by just putting something in that maybe he would even, you know, nod his cap to, hopefully. So that's a big plus of the series now. I think that's going to help us out going forward. So, because we're in August day 2, we have some jobs to do. First job, silage. We're going to sell some silage. Obviously, we did all this and it's fermented now. We're going to need the money. I'm at £950. I'm really struggling for cash at the moment, but there is a few things I want to do in this episode. I want to buy a couple of things. I also want to, I want to try and do maybe a contract. Just try and expand the best I can. Now, my original plan, as always, is to buy more fields and expand out, but I'm not going to do that this time round. I might even not put anything into the loan. Depends on what we're going to get financially for this silage, because there's a few things that I need to tick off. I need to make sure I buy a couple of things, and I think in the long run will give us more money. First thing we need to do, though, is we need to look at the used market, because we're still looking for a big tractor. We're also looking for a feed mixer, and I still haven't seen anything pop up, so I don't think there's anything on offer for us currently. But definitely a feed mixer and a big tractor is what I need. Now, there is that header. I don't know if that's the header. I don't think that I can actually use that header. And it's 60,000 anyway. It's way too much money. But we are going to get that other header. We're going to do it in this episode. So, yeah, there is still nothing on offer, unfortunately. Quickly, just want to have a look at the prices for silage. Want to see where the best place to sell this silage is. Because I want to go to Valley View. Like, I'm pretty much just going to go there anyway. I just want to see what the best price is. As long as it's not the worst. Oh, do you know what? We're quite lucky. It's the second best. So we best get a move on and get these bales sold. We've got a few to pick up after this load. Tried to make it a little bit easier by doing a load whilst I was prepping for the video. But yeah, let's go and send this. Now we are sitting at a environmental score 91, so we should get some much needed bonus income from this, just because of environmental score being so good, which is great news. But we do need to get some serious cash in, because we need to buy that header. Also got the other header there ready to go and sell, so we're going to bring back a bit of money from that. But if I remember, it was about 20,000 for that header, something along them lines. Right, so let's unload these. See what the first whack's going to be. Right, so we got an extra 7,700 from the environmental score, and we're up to 71,000 already, just from one load. So we've probably got another load at least, but who knows where we're going to be. Who knows? Now, I probably will do a time-lapse later on with the harvest that I want to do as a contract with the new header that we get. So I'm not going to do that now. So I think what I'll do is I'll do a few jump cuts, get all these bales, you know, sold, and on that last final load, I'll cut back in, and we'll see how much we've ended with. But it is going to determine where we go and what we buy next, because the field's at least 90,000, so, you know, we need to earn probably an extra, I'd say 50, 60,000 on top of that. We need to be about 150, 160 for me to think, yes, I can buy a field and also do the other stuff that I want to do. So it really just depends on how much we're going to end with. So fingers crossed we're close to that, because then we can proper expand out. But we are going to get another cut of silage, and it's going to be the big one. It's going to be the one where we sell in January, which is when we get the most money anyway. So, you know, I'm pretty confident that we're going to expand out even more for our next harvest. Ideally, if I bought 2 more fields and had the canola field that we did as well, not the last episode but the one before that, with the 2 new fields and our current kind of field setup, I think then we're going to be on for a big harvest next time round. So we've ended with 136,000, so probably just shy of me thinking, right, let's go and buy a field, but we still should set a target of 2 fields being what we want to do before the next harvest. So that gives us a bit of time before we even need to think about prepping our fields. We can go and have a quick look though, just so we know what the kind of plan is with it. Because we are in August, so as you can imagine, yeah, we've got weeds and things like that, but let's just have a look at this. So we own this big patch here, which is where we had wheat. We also own the canola field, but what I would like to do before the next harvest is buy this field up there, which is another field of wheat. It'd be interesting to see if that's still ready to harvest. It is, so that'd be ideal because we could have harvested that. And at the bottom here, I think we've got a field of barley or rye, depending on which one it is. Let's just see if we can check which one this is. Gonna guess it is rye. So yeah, so you can see that we've got, I'd say next harvest we want this rye field, our wheat field, canola, and then another wheat field, all one big block there. That should be the aim for the next harvest. A bit of work to get there. So yeah, I'm just trying to think the latest we can plant in to do maybe another, I'd say we got to aim for wheat or barley again, definitely, or oats or something like that. It's always good to have a bit of straw, but the latest we can do it is end of November. So we've got a few months to get busy. We're not going to make any more money from silage until then. So yeah, we're going to need around, I'm going to guess about 200,000 to do this. It's not going to be easy. Not. Ideally, we'd probably want to use this money now that we've got to buy at least one. But I think if I do something else, it's going to benefit me anyway. So let's. I mean, we'll take the risk. Basically, we'll take the risk. I'm just trying to have a look now quickly at the maximum months. So you've got January, so that's going to be late December, January. November eggs, we could probably get the eggs sold in November. So that's, going to be a good source of money. That might actually help us a lot, to get to that target. Because by the time we hit November, we're probably going to be around 90,000, I'm going to guess, with the eggs. Which means that we can buy one field, hopefully, from just the eggs. So that kind of really does help us out. I'd love to know the fabric. It's May time, so that's a shame. October, though, for milk. So we might be able to, keep topping up, but milk automatically sells. So that's not going to hold on, but at least we'll have some extra income coming from that. We need a feed mixer, though, to get the most out of that. So really, it is just wool. Yeah, milk, but we're doing fabric, so that's not till May. And all our grain is a little bit after it. So, yeah, it's a shame, but we'll just take the risk. I think that's the best thing to do. Right, so first thing we want to do now, take flight mode off. We're going to go and sell this header. But before I do this, what I'm going to do is actually buy the next one because I want to make sure I get the correct one. So if we go to our harvester, figure out which one it is. It's not that one. We should have one that just says owned. There you go. So this is our harvester. So if we just go to combinations and we can have a look, we've currently got this one. So we've got the V660, but we can get the 750, which means it's 7.5 meters instead of 6.6. So I think we're going to need to do that for 22,000. Not too fussed about old and new stickers. We do prefer the old, so let's go with that. And then we can sell this one and swap it out for that. Now, I'm going to have to use super strength, aren't I, to get that on? I've just realised. So that's not ideal. But it is what it is. Right, so the V660. But it says it actually doesn't hold the 750, but we're gonna give it a go. Because it does say that it only holds the 600 and the 660, but we're going to take the risk again. We're doing that quite a lot in this episode. 10,100, no point in repainting it. I mean, we could do. But all it's going to do is give us back the exact same. I mean, in FS19, that really did make a difference, but I feel like in FS22, it kind of doesn't make that much of a difference anymore. But we are back up to 124, so we spent 10,000 really doing that, but at least we got back half of it from sorting that out. It's still not the biggest header in the world, but it's definitely an upgrade. And if I just plonk it probably about there, we can hope that it does its auto thing. There you go. So it does actually hold it still. So that's not too bad. Now, what we need to do is get this out to our harvest field, which we're doing for a contract, which is going to be some rye. Big field this is, so I'm glad I got this header. It's going to help me out, and it should bring me back. If we do this harvest, I say we're going to earn the exact same. We're going to claw back basically the money we've just used. So, have I even accepted the contract? I don't think I have yet. So let's just park there for a second and get this contract sorted out. Because if we go to harvesting, we are doing, I think it's field 57 rye. So we've already parked the vehicles there. Yes, it is. So that's a big field. It's that kind of field in between George's and where me and Beanie now live. So you can get a bit of an idea where that is. But it is a big field. So field 57, let's accept the contract. We're doing a rye contract. We'll take this up to there. So field 57, I'm hoping he can find his way to that. Or she, or he. Yeah, is a he. And then we're going to go back to the farmyard because I want to build something. I want to put something down that's going to help us out a lot. Now, we have got currently in our stock, we've got 75,000 litres of wheat that can potentially be worth 55,000. Now, we could make that 100,000. We can make that 100,000 by doubling the income from it And to do that, we need to dry it out. So we're going to put in a production building that I looked at in a previous episode. Can't remember how many episodes back it was, but it was a few back. We looked at a grain dryer by Cartech. Now, I know Cartech, if it is the same, I'm sure it's the same Cartech that watches my channel, has his own YouTube channel that made this mod. I'm predicting it is because it's the exact same name, the way it's put. So if it is, big shout out to Cartech here. But this grain dryer we're going to use because it's going to help us out. Now, it's 40,000, so we're going to place that down now. And then pretty much after that, we don't really need anything except if we see anything to buy, like a feed mixer, for example, because that would be good. And only just getting a small one. But problem is, I don't want to buy one brand new, and I've been waiting for one to pop up. It seems like every time I didn't need the item, it pops up. But as soon as I want it, it's like, nope, we're not going to show that one now. Right, so I do need to think about what I'm going to place down here because I need the spinnery and then the tailor shop. So the tailor shop we could put down in this corner. I don't mind just putting the grain dryer over here. We can still gain access to it. Hopefully it won't do too much damage. So 41,200 for that. Might have to just have a look. Yes, it has terraformed like mad, as you'd expect. So let's see if we can just smooth that out. Don't mind having a bit of a dip going down to it, but, you know, rather it be a bit, you know, tidier. Without doing any kind of like dodgy terraforming that makes all the stuff look a bit strange. Right, so that's not too bad at all. So if we just paint down our original texture of the gravel, that'll probably look a bit better. Hopefully it won't interfere with the sheep. They won't mind having these silos next to them. I mean, they've got a pretty nice area anyway, so they should be happy. I will get down on the ground and have a look what it looks like in a second. Just see if I can tidy this up without going too far over. There might be a few patches at the bottom there, but it isn't too bad, is it? Quite happy with that. Yeah, that's spot on. So, what we need to do now then is take some grain over and get it start drying out because we need to get this process started off with the wheat. Because if I remember rightly, we can get potentially double the income from wheat now if we dry it all out first. So, yeah, let's have a look at this. So that must be where we tip. That must be where we pick up from. Or is that where we tip? I'm not sure, actually. Let's have a look at this. So, what we've got here is... Do we need to put wood chips in? Do you know what? I think we might actually need to put some wood chips in. So we need to start making some wood chips. I didn't even think of that. Definitely need wood chips for this. Now, I do think I can buy some. So let's see if I can... Yes, I can. That's the beauty of it. So I'm going to buy... Let's buy 10,000 litres of wood chips for 2,800. So that's good. Hopefully that'll last out for quite some time. We can keep checking it though. But the good thing about it is we've got wheat now. If we do wheat, barley or oats from now on, we can dry it out. Cycles 2,400 litres a month. Again, that's pretty slow going. That means we can only process 2,400 litres every month, every 3 days. That's very slow for a dryer. Yeah, it's never easy. Never easy with production. But we're going to give it a go. We're going to go and do this first before we start our harvest off. I mean, what we could do is get courseplay ticking along quite nicely here. Because we do need to do some baling as well. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's drop that off there. Get into the harvester and get it going at least. Now that it's fully repaired and fueled up. Just needs a bit of a repaint. Right, so I've set that up with auto drive and courseplay. So I've got courseplay going round at the moment. Got him waiting, and he should use auto drive to go and unload the harvester. And then when it's full, he should take it to I think it's long tree stores or long something. It is a fair trek. Long Meadow stores, that one there. So it's a bit of a fair trek. Now I'm hoping with where he is, he might actually go north, but it would be nice if he cuts across. But we'll see. He might use the setup that I've done. That would be cool. Right, let's go take some grain. We're going to need this for picking up some wheat. We do want to keep some wheat, obviously, for feeding the chickens. They're definitely going to be needed. They've all of a sudden become really important. So let's see if we can just fill up. We've got 75,000 litres. We're going to try and process the majority of this and probably keep about 20,000 for the chickens. I think that should be plenty. They don't feed as much now, luckily. So what does this hold? Yeah, that's pretty decent. Look, 30-odd thousand, 36,000. Hefty trailer. I don't even think this class is going to like hauling this. It's going to struggle. Well, at least we haven't got to go too far. Now, I do want to get out in the field as well and do some baling, so I'm going to have to get the baler now. Like I said, I've given everything a wash, a bit of a helping hand. I am going to use the fast baler, though, for this time around because we're going to sell the straw. We don't need to keep it. We're just trying to make a bit of extra cash from the harvest that we're doing as a contract. So, probably do a bit of a time-lapse and get out into the field doing some baling myself. Someone's left the course. That's a very strange one. What's he doing down here? I don't know how he got there. Maybe because of the fact that he needed filling up on the first headland, emptying. So that probably is the issue. So let's just stop here for a second, then we can let it do its thing. And then we can tell it to carry on. The joys of courseplay. Always something. Let's hope this bridge can handle this trailer, this Richard Weston, with all this grain in. Now, I'm thinking, there's two tip points here. I'm going to say that one there, I don't really know. Just trying to think if there's one. Would that be the one for wood chips maybe, because that's the dryer? I guess there's only one way to find out. And I've got a feeling to pick it up is the side. Yes, it is. So it's outside. So this is one for wood chips and one for grain. I'm going to guess this is grain. It looks to be. Ooh, can I not drive in there? Just about. Yeah, we're all good. We got in there in the end. So that's overloading. So let's have a quick look just to see what is going on in our production menu. Ooh, I think we're having a bit of a mare here. Not meant for the tall trailers. Come on, come back down. There we go. That was a little bit dodgy. Anyway, let's go to dry wheat. We want to activate this. It's on priority 10, which is good. So that now means we should start processing through. Do you know what? Look at it. It's flying. That's me being not very clever. Let's just say it can do 2,400 cycles in a month. But I'm thinking about this one. Literally one. It can do that many cycles, but you only get one in return. But this is, I get 1,000 litres of processed dried wheat from one cycle, and it can do 2,400 a month. So that's going to fly through that. So big shout out there to Cartech. Love it, mate. I love it. It makes my life a lot easier whilst doing this. Right, so what I'll do then is I'll take the remaining amount, put it into there, get it processing through, hope that we've got enough wood chips. At least we can buy it. At least it's not too much of a problem to buy. Would be a good idea, though, to get some wood. Oop, that's my bad. Poor driving again. I don't even know what I'm hooked on this time. I am definitely crying out for a big tractor, though. because it struggles, this does. And I know I've got the JCB just sitting out in by the sell point, but still, really do need a better one there. So let's hold on to about 15,000 litres. So I think we've got 38, so that's 28. I'm going to stop there, and I think, yeah, stop there. That should be enough. What have we got? 18,000, maybe a little bit more then. Yeah, that's perfect. Around 15. And we can process through the rest of it. So I'll crack on with this, put it in a bit of a time lapse. I'll also switch over and do some of the baling, because we're going to make some good money from that. And hopefully by the end, you know, we'll have brought the money back up. We've spent quite a bit, but I think we've spent it on things that are really going to benefit us. And we'll have a look as well, just to see if we can get ourselves a, you know, a nice, cheap but cheerful feed mixer.
But nothing ever stopped me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain stops hitting down. Yeah, on a bad day, on a good day, I don't need no sunshine, 'cause I'm dancing with the rain. You will see me running, thinking I might be insane. I don't need no sunshine, you keep me going strong. I just need my happy face to keep me moving on. Looking out the window, reflecting who I am. No one ever stopped me, not even Uncle Sam. Life might be a struggle, life might be a fight, but I am here to show the world that I can make it right. On a bad day, on a good day, on a bad day, rain keeps raining.
Right, welcome back. It's been about an hour and a half since I ended the time lapse. I think maybe about that. I have done a fair amount. This was a big contract and the harvest, just a combination of loads of stuff, really. But we finally finished it off. Now I have got the carter on his way. Hopefully, the carter is on his way to the sell point. We are just finishing up by selling some of these bales. That's a nice bit of extra income there. We have got a few more to pick up, so we'll go do that. Let's just see whereabouts the carter is, because he should be taking... Oh, perfect timing. He is taking the new road. I did notice the first time around, I've been using two of my tractors and trailers to cart, and yeah, they've been taking the new road, so that's perfect. So it is actually the best route to take, quickest, so I'm glad in the end how well that's turned out. But let's go and collect these remaining bales from the field. We can then finish everything off, see where we are for money, and who knows, we might even be able to buy a field. I'm just trying to think what I need to do with some money. I would like to get probably a feed mixer, just a small one. I think that's probably a good idea. Trying to think if we need anything just in case, maybe like a bit of money. But we could always do a contract in the next episode just to give us, 15, 20,000, just in case we are pretty much left with nothing. But I do want to get them 2 fields, and I know I'm going to get one of the fields anyway from selling eggs, so we can guarantee it if we just buy a field at the end of this episode. Combine them together. We've got till the end of November, so plenty of time. But yeah, it's been relaxing gameplay, listening to the in-game radios and just chipping at it. It was either I couldn't really do a whole time lapse for it because of the fact that it was just taking so long, and I was kind of skipping through baling, then picking up bales, and then just going to and from, sorting out course play. So it was a little bit of a strange one, but we got there. Now, we'll probably skip over to the driver when he gets all that. In fact, I think from what I've just seen in the distance, he might just be pulling in. Yes, he is. So we may as well watch this. Now, we can't complete the contract, obviously, until we've done it anyway, because we want to sell the bales. And I think as soon as we've bailed it up anyway, they stay, but I'd rather just be safe. But let's finish this off. We've got 21,000 litres to take. We're obviously going to make a bit of cash from it, but probably not much, because you never really make that much from the grain left over. It's mainly the bales that you do, and also the contract itself that gives the most money. But this, fingers crossed, means we'll see in the corner. Yes, we have. There we go. We're at 9% now on Isaac. If we want to buy a field, we've just made an extra pretty much like 6,000 there from harvest. That's not bad at all. We're up to 102. So this can now travel back. In fact, we'll change this to just travel back to the farm. Makes sense. Default Scroft's farm. Off you go. There we go. And then it can sort itself out on its way. Yeah, but we need to get these remaining bales. There isn't loads, but there's enough for some extra cash. And we've got probably about 15,000, maybe just a bit less from completing the contract. It's going to leave us with, yeah, a decent amount. I mean, it's about 100,000, so everything that we make now is for technically like a feed mixer. I think we've done well then by the end of this episode. If we end with a feed mixer, another field. I know we haven't chipped away at the loan, which was a plan of mine every time we sold the silage, but I think we've invested in things that are going to make us money, and then that loan's just going to disappear anyway. Probably going to have 2 loans to pay off at some point if we find a tractor. But I'll be happy with it. We've done well. Done a contract, bought a header. Obviously invested into the grain dryer. We've done a lot. We definitely have done a lot in this episode. But there we go. That's the last bale in the field. So let's go take this, get it sold, and then we can complete the contract and have a look at how much we've got. There we go. 1,000, pretty much 110,000. 110,000, which isn't too bad. It made an extra 7 grand from that. So let's just shut that down. We need to complete the contract off. So let's just quickly do that. Oh, it's been a long one, this has. I'd love to know how long I've been playing in this session. Let's just have a quick look at that. I've been playing for 3 hours and 50 minutes. 3 hours and 50 minutes in this session. There was a bit of setting up in that, so it's probably, yeah, been about 3 hours since I've been recording, because I was probably setting up for about an hour. Yeah, this has definitely been a long one. Right, so let's complete this contract. 10,500 from that. Job done. We're now sitting at 120,000. So technically, we could buy a field and leave ourselves with 20,000. I think we should do that, because then we can actually gain a little bit more crop, can't we? So we've got field, well, plot of land 19, which is field 116. That's 112,000. But then we've got this one up here. That's 98,000. So that could be a good idea. 98,000 is cheaper. We are expanding out. We could use the eggs to buy this one. And the wheat that we get in here, we can add to the wheat that we're drying. So I think we go with this. Let's buy it. Not bad at all. Mainly loam and sandy loam as well, so even better. And now we have actually got an extra field that we need to harvest. So that'll be something we can do in the next episode. Pretty cool, but look at the size now we're going to be at. It's going to be a big field already. Big crop field. Yeah, 21,700. I think we just quickly finish off by having a look at the store and seeing if there's anything on offer that we can just get. Just a cheap and cheerful feed mixer. You can see if anything's popped in as well on the... You never know, I might be lucky. The agri's come in, but that's about it. Unfortunately, not the tractor we're looking for. But yeah, I'm sure it'll something will appear at some point. I'm gonna wait it out till we find one that's secondhand, because it's just a no-brainer. So what have we got for the cheapest feed mix? They're already way too much money. 25,000 for that one, and there wasn't anything else. Oh, there was. There's this 9,000 for this, and it holds 10,500. I actually think that's probably about what we need. 9,000. Did miss that one. Went straight past it. I think it's a no-brainer. Definitely think this is a no-brainer. We don't need... It's not really going to go off on the road, so we may as well take the license plate off. So what it's got for colour? Oh, is that just the galvanised? I actually like the galvanised. Do you know what? I'm going to go for it. £9,000. We need a feed mixer. And now what we can do is obviously give the cows a bit of a TMR mix when we get some silage in. Yeah, not bad at all. I think that's a perfect way to end on. Small little feed mixer, but it'll do the job for us. We've only got, what, 5 cows have we got? Something like that? I can't remember now. Yeah, we've got 5 cows who actually eat 5,000 litres. So there you go. 5 cows that eat 5,000 litres a day. Not bad at all. All these animals are looking good as well. Spot on. They have actually gone up to 81%. So even with just the base food, they've actually slowly started going up to 81%. So that's good, because then we'll be producing a bit more milk. And milk is a cracking way of earning money. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there. It's definitely been a long one for me. I've enjoyed it, though. It's nice just to do a contract for that reason, because I can put the in-game radio on, play the game for fun, and just relax. And that was a big job. But we've done a lot. Built the road, invested our money back into stuff that's hopefully going to give us even more money. Got the dryer now. We've bought the feed mixer. We've done quite a lot. We really have. Sheds and everything. And we've also just bought a field as well, which I nearly forgot about. So definitely progressing. Next episode, we'll tackle that other field. We'll keep progressing through. I don't know if we're going to be... might have to just do it in like August day 3. Just do the field. Because we don't want it to get withered or anything like that. So yeah, we'll tackle that field definitely and add it to the grain that we're drying. So thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you've enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up, because that does help me out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.